Should we start drinking now so we have a nice buzz when we get there? We're only going to Walmart.
You're a whore. You'll always be a whore.
Something that has ears but don't listen.
A woman.
That is not correct.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Put the dollar
See,
back.
you ain't listening. Next question.
He got a point.
I'm gonna let y'all slide with that one.
Correct. Thank you.
Stop. Turn right. I said turn right.
You're not listening. It's not registering.
Because I've heard a million men do mushrooms and say like, "Oh, the ego death."
Right.
Never once heard a woman say that. There's not enough mushrooms on this fucking planet to kill a woman.
It's science.
This is how to talk to a feminist. Let's begin.
So the history of feminism
Be quiet.
is actually...
Shut up. Shut up.
Oh.
You are technically correct. The best kind of correct.
You're so pretty. You can date any guy you want. Actually, I can sleep with any guy I want. Unfortunately, it's not the same.
Took you that long to figure it out, huh?
I just want 10K for myself, but pay my rent, pay my bills, and I'll handle with the money you give me. I'm gonna go to school and make sure everything's straight. Support my kids. I got 2 kids.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
What the hell did you just say?
Support my kids. I got 2 kids.
Support my kids. I got 2 kids.
To be honest with you, I would rather be the girl everyone asks, why is she single, than the girl everyone thinks can do better.
You got it, dude!
A few years later.
My name is Victor. It's all other.
They call her the cat lady.
Your girls sleep over at any guy's house or shower at any guy's house. Any.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Truthfully, I'd almost rather she just...
Were you dating from 10 years ago? Why the fuck are you an adult now? 10 years ago? Are you an adult?
You feel like the world is going to shit and you can't do anything about it? Here's a message for you. You can do it. We can beat the government. You can do it. We can beat the government. Listen, we have more...
Brother, what's that? What's that, brother?
Please don't touch. Please don't talk to him.
Don't touch him.
He's a service dog, and you're distracting when you're talking to him. Sorry. Thank you.
I don't like your attitude.
Fuck you. Eat shit and die, bitch.
Damn.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
My friend really cracked the code this weekend about how to get a guy to come to you at a bar and buy you a drink. There's a guy at the bar. We're kind of just like waiting behind him, but we obviously don't want to buy these expensive ass drinks. So he's kind of noticing us, and my friend looks at me and goes, I'm going to wink at him. He's going to turn around and look at me, and I'm going to wink at him, and he's going to buy us a drink. So he turned around. She hit him with a wink, a little, just a little face. And not only did he buy us one drink, but all night we would go to the dance floor, go talk to people, mingle around, and then go back to him and be like, what's up? What's poppin'? Time for another round. The glass is empty. So yeah, sometimes the eye contact is not enough. You got to throw in a wink. Oh my God. Practice the wink. Get the drink.
She is laughing while telling this story, but I don't understand which aspect exactly is funny to her. Is she laughing at how naive the man is? Is it funny because of how dumb he is to think that a woman could possibly be interested in him? Is it humorous to her that he's stupid at taking her at face value, in thinking the best of people, in assuming that a fellow human being, a woman, would not be so morally bankrupt as to steal his money through this fraud? Or is it just funny to her to see a man suffer, does that bring her pleasure or enjoyment? I don't get it. I don't know what the source of her humor is. I don't know why she's laughing. To me, this story isn't funny. It reads like the confession of a psychopath. One of those terrifying people who cannot feel empathy and is happy to just lie to people and steal from them. But there is an important reason why I don't label this sort of behavior from women as psychopathic. Not because it doesn't fit the description. It's because it is common. Lots of women in this culture would have zero issue listening to that story. They would also find it funny. So you see, to label it as psychopathic is to dismiss the issue, to just say, oh, that's just one bad apple. But the situation is so much worse than that. The whole orchard is rotten. I would make the case that the biggest issue in dating right now, perhaps the entire culture, is the lack of empathy that women show to men. Women using men with no pangs of conscience, exploiting them, shaming them, blaming them for every problem in the world, making zero effort to understand the male experience. No compassion for male suffering. Some of you guys may have seen this clip because it went viral. This is a wife's response when her husband tries to open up and be vulnerable.
Hey, what are you doing? I came out to check on you.
Huh?
What are you doing? Thought you were working.
I'm looking at this.
What is it?
It's wire. It's a spool of wire. And I'm almost out of it. Can you see the spool of wire?
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost out of it.
Okay.
And I've had this spool of wire for like 40 years. I bought it like this it's not a piece of, a long time ago, but it's like 40 years of my life is in the wire that's gone. Does that make sense? This is what's left. Does that make sense?
I'm sorry to hear that, and I'm sad for you, but you're wearing your Jets hat, and I'm a little concerned right now that you're wearing your Jets hat. I thought that's why you were crying.
Okay, I'm done.
Her response is so jarring because the audience is right there with him. He's feeling emotional. He's reflecting about how this spool of wire that he's had for 40 years reflects his own life's journey, his mortality. And her response is like, okay. You know, women try and place the blame on men for not opening up more, for not sharing their emotions and being vulnerable. But it is women's lack of empathy that made this problem so bad. I promise you, if the culture changed overnight and we all just woke up tomorrow and women were passionately devoted to caring about men's issues, men's suffering, trying to understand them, very quickly men would grow the capacity to talk about their feelings. But that is not the culture that we live in.
No, it's not, Alexander. And in a minute, I'm going to define the culture that we live in a way you've never heard it defined before, unless you're a regular viewer of this channel, that you will instantly recognize as so obviously true, you won't believe you never thought about it like that before. What's up, guys? It's your boy Paradox here with another 21 reasons MGTOW's growing fast. So, as Alexander Grace pointed out in reason 14, while the average modern woman places her own feelings on a pedestal that's higher than the International Space Station, she has zero empathy for the feelings of men in general and even her man specifically. And so Alexander was quite correct that the behavior of the two women in those clips was psychopathic, or more accurately, sociopathic, because psychopaths are born and sociopaths are made. And it is the culture that I'm about to define for you that made modern women sociopathic in regard to their lack of empathy for men's feelings. So what is the proper definition of modern Western culture that creates women with a sociopathic lack of empathy for men? It's a female supremacist culture, obviously.
One more listening.
Here's the proof. In a white supremacist culture like that of the Jim Crow South or apartheid South Africa, what level of empathy did the white supremacists of that culture have towards the feelings of the black people of that culture? That's right, they had a sociopathic lack of empathy for black people. They didn't give a single solitary flying fuck about how black people felt about their lives under white supremacist oppression, simply because, according to their worldview, black people are inferior human beings to white people. To the white supremacist, black people are quite literally subhuman. That is, closer to animals than human. This is the textbook definition of dehumanization. And in the same way that the white people of the Deep South and South Africa were culturally conditioned from birth into their supremacist beliefs by decades of ideological propaganda about the superiority of whites and the inferiority of blacks, today's Western woman has been culturally conditioned from birth into her female supremacist beliefs by decades of ideological feminist propaganda. Women can do everything men can do, but men can't do everything women can do. Therefore, women are superior. Women give birth, so women are superior. Women are more emotionally intelligent, so women are superior. We women are more in touch with our emotions, so women are superior. Men are the ones who start wars and kill people in wars. Therefore, men are inferior. Men are responsible for all the violence in the world, so men are inferior. Men commit all of the domestic violence against the innocent victims that we women are. So men are inferior. Men rape women. So men are inferior. Women are afraid of men. So men must be dominated, controlled, and crushed until they are no longer a threat to us. Men are inferior. Phew, almost said the quiet part out loud there, didn't I, girls? Testosterone leads to aggression, so masculinity itself is toxic. And obviously, a toxic gender is an inferior gender. There's a popular feminist hashtag, kill all men. The hashtag kill all women would be censored and made illegal just as quickly as kill all whiteys would have been in apartheid South Africa or the Jim Crow South. And for the same reason, you can say and do anything you want to the inferior dehumanized group precisely because you have dehumanized them. But you can't say and do those things to the superior group because the superior group are fully human and therefore have full human rights. My brothers, when you simply acknowledge the blatantly obvious truth that feminism is and always has been the ideology of female supremacy, then it is no surprise at all that the daughters of feminism, all 3 generations of them, have a sociopathic lack of empathy for men. And this leads me to my personal number 1 reason for going full MGTOW monk, no-fap celibate. As a black person that understands all too well that all forms of supremacy are evil, for me to have sex or be intimate in any way, including jerking off to porn, with a modern woman, knowing her default female supremacist beliefs and worldview would be no different than me having sex with a white supremacist who saw me as a subhuman animal mandingo to be used as a tool for her pleasure and then discarded. In other words, the thought of sex with a female supremacist makes my skin crawl to the degree that it makes going monk mode, no-fap celibate a piece of cake. So, my brothers, if you've considered going MGTOW monk mode but struggle with your libido and find yourself still pursuing sexual relationships with women or addicted to porn, just bear in mind that all of these modern women are female supremacists who see you as less than human. And remember, her sociopathic lack of empathy for you could very easily lead to her making up a false allegation against you if you piss her off for any reason. Or worse, even if you don't piss her off. Moving on.
I'm confused. You say you're Snowbody? Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought you was mixed race still.
I'm kind of like.
Wait, what are we saying right now? Don't lie now.
No, my dad's Dominican.
Dominican?
Yeah.
Which Dominica though?
I actually don't know. I don't really speak for that. He's got like 13 children, so. I'm just one of them.
A little trauma there, you get
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
It's not looking good. Big man said.
Are you two ready for the DNA truth?
Yes.
I'm ready.
This is not my truth to open. This is your truth to open. So, there you go.
Gallery is not MJ's biological daughter.
Why does that not surprise me?
Them gal ya wicked, them wicked, them wicked. Them gal ya wicked, them wicked, them wicked.
Is there someone else that after in that month that you were talking to that maybe you could...
Of course! Lord Jesus. Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
And that's the show.
Good job, my brother. We rocking with you.
There's no way.
Erroneous. Erroneous. Erroneous on both counts.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop fucking lying.
Prostitute and an average woman are both walking around half naked. Why would it be wrong to assume both are soliciting sex? What's the difference?
There is no difference if you ask me. I mean,
I feel like there is no difference and it wouldn't be wrong because like that's what you're perceiving and that's what we're getting from what we see. We don't know you, so like that's our first impression on you. And you dressing the same as prostitutes, of course we're gonna think you in the same business as them.
I don't think you should be judged for just wanting to exist.
What?
Me existing does not constitute, an invite for you to harass me.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Now that would be like me, Dave Chappelle the comedian, walking around the streets in a cop uniform. Somebody might run up on me. Oh, thank God. Officer, help us. Come on, they're over here. Help us. I'm like, oh, just because I'm dressed this way does not make me a police officer. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, all right, lady, fine. You are not a whore. But you are wearing a whore's uniform, I'll tell you that shit. Gotcha, bitch!
Please like and subscribe. Please like and subscribe.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.